Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to take the question number 11A and we'll be solving on that. Okay, we will try to solve this particular sum. What we are going to do is that we will individually do the journal entries of all the transactions, and then we can wind up, and you can just record the journal entries and keep in mind that all the workings are done properly. Okay, so let's start. So taking question number 1 of 11B. Okay, following was the position of Haris on 1st of April 2012. What is given here? Cash in hand 10,000, cash at bank 16,800, furniture 78,000, stock 7,50,000. It will be only 50,000. Debtors, along in the debtors where debtor means the person who is going to pay us. Okay, debtor in that include Ram 78,000. That means Ram was supposed to pay us 78,000. Sham was supposed to pay us 12,000. Creditor, that means the people to whom we are supposed to pay. It include Anil 4,000, Sunil 5,000. Okay, so this is how the question stands. Now the value of Ram, it is only 8,000. Same way furniture is also only 8,000. Okay, so there's some typing error is there. Okay, so now first of all we will give an opening entry. Okay, now you just try to understand what is an opening entry. Opening entry is an entry which shows the opening balances of our assets and liabilities in the books. Okay, here all the assets will be debited and all the liability will be credited. Ekdam simple rakhna hai. All the asset will be debit, all the liabilities will be credit. So first of all, starting with the first item, one by one we'll go. Cash in hand means cash what is there with us in the business. Okay, and cash at bank means the business money which is there in the bank. So so both are our asset. Okay, so both will be debit. Again, furniture also is also our asset, right? So it will also be debit. Stock is also our asset. Goods. Okay, so that is also our asset, that will also be debit. Then debtors. Debtor means the people or those person who are supposed to pay us. Okay, the amount of money that we are going to receive from them. So the amount of money is also our asset. Okay, so debtors are also our asset. Again at last, creditors. Creditors are nothing but our money or liability or the amount of due that we are supposed to pay. Okay, they are coming under category of liability whom we are supposed to pay. Okay, they are those people who are supposed to receive from us certain amount of money. Okay, so basically what we are going to do is that we saw that rest of the things are asset, only creditors are liability. Now what you will do is that you should remember this concept also nicely, that whenever your opening balances is given, okay, opening balance is given, then you have to, what you have to do is that always find out the total asset, that is the assets will be always equals to your capital plus liability, or you can say liability plus capital. This concept I will explain you when we do the accounting equation. For the time being, just remember that as asset equals to liability plus capital. That means your debit side will be equal to the credit side. It must be equal, and if it is not equal, the balancing figure will be capital. Okay, like here we are going to show the entry. Just see how it is going to come. First of all the assets we are going to write down. Okay, so it is cash in hand. Starting with cash in hand, it will be debit as I told you. So cash in hand account debit, right? Just a minute. Okay, yeah. Cash in hand account debit. How much was the cash in hand? 10,000. So 10,000 will be debited. Again, cash at bank 16,800, that also will be debit. Cash at bank will also be debit. Cash at bank account, that also it is 16,800, right? So 16,800. Then comes next Furniture account, that also will be debit. Again, furniture account debit. Furniture account will be debited. How much? It is 8,000 rupees. The next item, that is stock, that will also be debit, right? Because that is also our stocks, this is also our asset, right? So that will also be debit. Stock account debit, it is coming 50,000, so 50,000 rupees. And after the debtors, so debtors, what you will do is that you just mention the name instead of writing just debtor. You can just write down debtor also, or you write down like this, Ram apostrophe s you can use, or only write down Ram. If you use apostrophe s, you can write down the account also, or else it will be better if you write like this, Ram debit. How much is Ram debited? 8,000. And Sham also debited 12,000. Sham also debit 12,000. So ultimately what did you see is that all the assets are placed. Now we will go to the liability side, that will be credited, isn't it? As I already told you, all the assets are debited, all the liabilities will be credited. So what is in the credit side? First of all, it is creditors, that is Anil and Sunil. So first of all, we'll add on Anil. So Anil's capital account debit, sorry, Anil's account, or you can add on only Anil debit. Just a minute. Anil will be credit, he is a creditor, right? It will not be debit. So to Anil 4,000, to Anil 4,000, to Sunil 5,000, and the balancing figure will be capital, right? So that will be nothing but to capital account. Okay, now what is the capital account? You just find it out. How will you find out? By finding the total of the debit side and then deducting the credit balance. So the total of debit side, it is how much? 10,000 plus 16,800 is 26,800. Then 800 will be included. It is coming 34,800. Then 84,800. Then 92,800. Then 1,04,800. So 1,04,800. Ultimately, if we deduct, it will be 95,800 rupees. Okay, it will be 95,800 rupees. Clear? So this is in the closing balance, capital balance. So what will you write? Being opening balances shown. Being opening balances shown. That will be enough. Opening balances shown. Okay, that will be enough. Okay, now we will go to the next transaction. This is how you are going to show an opening entry. Okay, this is an opening entry. All the debit, all the asset, you have to find it out, and then all the credit side, that is the liability, you have to find out, and the balancing figure will be capital. What you will do is that in the bracket you write down, after writing capital, since it is a balancing figure, in the bracket you write down balancing figure. This means that this particular figure has appeared because of what? Because of the balance, because of the balance. Okay, the balance that we have found out. Clear? Just adjusting the space. Yeah, okay, that's all. So this is how your transaction will appear. Only what you have to do is that you have to find out how the transaction is going to appear in the books of account. Okay, I'll just highlight it so that easily it can reflect. Okay, or I'll just omit it. Instead of doing that, red color will already highlight the situation. Okay, now after that, what is given? Following transaction took place during the month of April 2012. Okay, what happened during the month of April 2012? The following transaction took place. The date is mentioned. One by one we will do. First of all, it is April 2nd. Received a check from Ram in full settlement of his account after deducting 5% cash discount. Now we saw that Ram was supposed to pay how much? See, it is given here. Ram was supposed to pay us 8,000 rupees, right? And how much he is paying us? He is paying us after deducting 5% cash discount, right? So let's find out what is the amount he is going to pay. So first of all, we will find out, we have understood the meaning. Now we'll find out the item first, then we'll go for that. Received a check. So check means we'll take bank, right? So the first item is bank. Clear? Then we will go with the next item. Received a check from whom? Ram. So the next person is Ram. Okay. And when did we receive? After deducting a cash discount. So we are giving discount. That means we are allowing a discount. So discount allowed account is there, right? Discount allowed account. So three accounts we have got it. Clear? One is the bank, the other one is Ram, then next is discount allowed account. Now we know bank is a, if we take bank name, it is a personal account, but if we refer check, it is real account. Okay, check is a real account because it is referring to the money in our account. So you can take real account, but if you want to take on the name of bank, since it is a bank name, so you want to take a personal account, then you can do accordingly. It will not be a mistake. Okay, it will be correct. So bank is a real account. Sorry, check is a real account. So we are taking the name of bank here, right? So real account, what does it do? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out, right? So what is happening here? Coming in or going out? It is exactly, it is coming in, right? We are receiving, so comes in. Comes in, what happens when we do the comes in debit, right? When it comes in, we write debit. So it will be comes in debit. Now after that, Ram. We know Ram is a personal account. Ram is a personal account. And the rule for personal account, debit receiver, credit giver, isn't it? Debit receiver, credit giver. So ultimately what will happen? Ram is a giver here because he is giving us the money, and as well as because of him we are having some loss also, right? So he is a giver, he will be credit. Okay, now let's find out the amount also. We'll find it out after finding out the account. Okay, then the discount allowed. So discount allowed is a nominal account, remember that. Okay, it is a nominal account because regularly it is being given and taken also, right? We receive also when we give also. So nominal account. And nominal account, what is the rule says that nominal account debit losses and expenses, credit gains and income. And if I allow discount, it is my loss, right? So loss will be debit. Clear? Now let's find out one by one. First of all, we'll find out Ram because he is the key person here. So how much account he is going to have? Total of, remember that, total of how much? You just see in the previous question it was 8,000, right? So Ram's account will be taken total of 8,000 because total 8,000 will be closed from his account. He will not pay any more amount later, right? And how much will we receive? We will receive 8,000 minus 5% trade discount, isn't it? So what is the 5% of 8,000? That we will have to find it out. So we know that the 5% of 8,000, it is how much? 400, isn't it? So if after deducting 400 rupees, how much rupees we are going to get? 7,600 rupees. Okay, 7,600 rupees. Clear? That means the discount was how much? It was 5% of rupees 8,000. That means the discount was how much? Rupees 400, right? So this is how the transaction is going to appear. So after that, what will happen? Just simply give the journal entry. So how the journal entries will appear now? Write down the debit first. So what is in the debit? First of all, it is bank, right? So bank account debit, how much? 7,600 rupees. Then discount allowed account debit, how much? 400. Okay, to Ram account is closed now, fully. Okay, fully settled. So what was the amount? 8,000, right? So you have to relate with the previous entries also. Sometimes you have to relate with the previous entries also. Okay, what is being given here? If it is in relation of the previous entry, then only you have to relate, otherwise no need to relate. Okay, so here it was in relation because it is told to receive from Ram. So earlier we had seen that we have account with Ram, right? So that is why he is paying us. So that is why there is a relation, you have to relate. So being what has happened? Being check received and discount allowed, right? Being check received and discount allowed. Okay, so this is how the transaction will appear. Now we will go to the next question. Hopefully this question is clear. So what is given here? Deposited the above check in the bank. Now there is a twist here. There is a big twist here, because of the reason that here it is given that deposited the above check in the bank. So most of the time it doesn't happen in the journal entry, but in this situation it is happening here. So if it is deposited the above check in the bank, if it is given here, or if, whenever it is mentioned that check has been deposited in the bank on some other date, what will you do? Instead of taking bank, you are going to write it as check in hand, check in hand account. Okay, check in hand account, and check in hand account will be taken as a real account. The rest of the things are same, only in case of in this case what you will do is that instead of writing bank account, you will write down check in hand account. Okay, here also it will be check in hand account. Okay, instead of writing bank account, it will be check in hand account. The rest of the treatments are same. I'm just repeating once again this particular transaction because there has been certain changes, so that you don't face any difficulty here. So what has happened here is that right after the next date, we can see that on 4th of April, the check which was received on 2nd was deposited. That means on 2nd, what we have done is that we have kept the check with us. So whenever the check will be kept with us, that means we are keeping the check in our hand. Okay, so whenever check will be kept with us in our hand, that will be referred as check in hand. We will not take the bank, rather we will take check in hand. For your understanding, I am writing it bank, later on it will be taken in the bank account. Clear? So what you will do is that you will keep it check in hand, and check in hand means it's our asset. चेक जो मेरे हाथ में है, okay, इसलिए check in hand बोलते हैं उसको. चेक जो हाथ में रह गया है. Okay, so check in hand is also a real account. So since the check is coming into us, it is real account comes in, so that is why it is credit. Okay, clear? That is why it is credit. So ultimately what did we see? It will be check in hand account debit 7,600, discount allowed account debit 400, to RAM account 8,000. Okay, still if you have doubt, you call me and inquire that and I'll clarify it. Okay, now what happened? Check was deposited. Now this check in hand which was there in our hand, that has been deposited in the bank. That means what are the account we are getting from here, getting in point number 4? That is, one is check in hand itself. Okay, because check in hand account we have created. So check in hand account means this particular account is referring to that check which is there in our hand now. So that is one account, and the other one is, where are we depositing it? We are depositing it in the bank account. So the other one is bank account. Okay, so one is check in hand, one other one is bank account, right? So now we know that check in hand is a real account. Okay, is a real account. And what is happening here? The check is being deposited in the bank. That means it is going out from the business, isn't it? Clear now? Goes out. So goes out, what will happen? Goes out will be credit, isn't it? The next one is the bank. A bank, if we take the name of the bank, then it's a personal account, right? So personal account, what happens with the personal account? Personal account, debit receiver, credit giver. Debit receiver, right? So bank is receiving the check. So bank is a receiver. So bank is a receiver, bank will be debit. Clear? So ultimately the journal entry that will appear will be bank account debit, bank account debit, how much? 7,600. So amount is not mentioned, so you have to see the previous entry again. How much was deposited? The check value was 7,600 rupees. So it will be bank account debit 7,600 rupees to check in hand. Okay, to check in hand account. 7,600 rupees. Okay. Now what will happen with the narration? Being check deposited in the bank. Being check deposited in the bank. Okay. Being the check deposited in the bank. This is how your transaction will appear. Just give little space so that you can easily understand the differences. Then coming to the next one. What is there? Goods purchased for rupees 20,000 at 10% trade discount and 5% cash discount, payment made by check. So just the thing you have to take is that bank account, right? Okay, I'll show this one also. We have already done this type of sum, but still I'll show you. Goods purchased for rupees 20,000. So the purchase account you have got here. Purchases account, right? Purchases account. Then rupees 20,000 at 10% trade discount. Next is a trade discount, but we know trade discount is not recorded, so we will not record it. We will ignore it. Next is the cash discount. So if I am purchasing goods, what will happen? I will receive the discount, right? I will receive the discount, so it will be discount received account. When I will receive the discount, it is a cash discount, remember that. So when I will receive the discount, only when I pay the amount of money, otherwise it will not be received. But immediately you can see that payment made by check. That means we are making the payment, right? So since the payment is made by check, so we will write bank account. In case of payment, no need to worry about check in hand, because every time it will be bank. Only at the time of receiving you have to be a little conscious whether it is check in hand or not. Okay. Most of the time you will not get it in this particular journal entries, whether it is in case of cash book or another chapter. But if you get it, this is how you are going to treat it, as we have learned in the previous entry. So we know that purchase account belongs to a real account, right? Or nominal account. It is nominal account. Remember that, okay? It is a nominal account, but rule will be real account, so that we can easily understand the entry related to goods. Okay, so what we will do is that you can just see refer here also in the first transaction. But what did you do? Goods, I told you that it is our asset, right? Stock means goods. Okay, so that is our asset. So in that way also you can take real account. Okay, that concept is there. So no problem. For the time being we will use it, or for the answering in the exam also, or for the general purpose, whenever required you take it as nominal account, but if needed you just use it the real account rule, it will be correct. So purchase real account. So real account comes in debit. Okay, we'll apply the real account rule. So it is comes in, isn't it? Comes in debit. Then discount received is a nominal account. Now we know nominal account rule. Discount is a nominal account. Loss will be debit. Gain will be credit. So receiving discount is a gain. We are gaining. So gain will be credit, right? Then coming to next, bank. Bank is a personal account. So payment made by check means we will take real account, okay? Because check is a real account. So check is a real account, so I'll take real account for that. So what is happening? From bank, since I am purchasing, so automatically from the bank money will go, right? So what will happen? Real account comes in debit, goes out credit. So money will go out from the bank, right? So goes out, the check is going out, goes out, credit. I'm giving the check is going out, it will be credit. Clear? Now let's find out the amount. For purchase, we all know that it is a trade discount. So what will happen? Trade discount will not be recorded, so flat trade discount of 10% will be deducted, right? So minus 10%. What will happen? Ultimately you will get how much? Rupees 18,000, isn't it? If you deduct 10% from 20,000, it will be 2,000. So 2,000 will be deducted, and now it will be, after deducting 2,000, it will be 18,000. Clear? and discount received will be how much? 5% of the amount, right? So how much payment we are making? The whole amount we are making payment, right? So that means whole on 18,000, on 18,000 as a whole we are going to get a discount of how much? 5%. Clear? So that means 18,000 5% is how much? It is 900 rupees. Clear? And that means in how much will go in the bank? In the bank it will be rupees 18,000 that we were supposed to receive minus 900 rupees, that was the discount. So ultimately we will receive how much? 17,100 rupees. Clear? This is the amount we are going to receive. So what you will do now is that just simply make a journal entry of that. We all know what will be the journal entry, right? So what is the item that we are going to write first? Exactly, it is a debit item, right? So what is in a debit? Purchase account. So we will write down purchase, purchases account debit. It is 18,000, right? Why 18,000? Because trade discount will not be recorded, so 18,000. Then to credit will be the to bank. First we'll write bank, then only discount. Once you pay the money, then only you will get the discount. Okay. So don't write down discount first. First you write down the bank and then you write down discount. It is 17,100 rupees. Then coming to the next one, to discount received account. So what will be the discount received? We can see that it is 900 rupees. Clear? So ultimately now the narration. What will be the narration? Being goods purchased at 10% trade discount and 5% cash discount. Okay, this is how your transaction will appear. I hope all of you understood this transaction. Okay, this type of sums we have already done, plenty of time, but still we are just giving a recap again. Now moving to the next transaction. Received a check from Sham for rupees 3,860 and discount allowed to him rupees 140 rupees. Check deposited in the bank on the same day. See here it is mentioned that they are depositing on the same day. If they are depositing on the same day, then not to worry, it will be directly going in the bank. Okay, no need to keep in the check in hand. Okay, no need to keep in the hand, it will be going directly in the bank. So what will happen here? Received a check from Sham rupees 3,800. So first item what we are getting? Check. Received check means we will take bank. So since we have already seen that it is not related to check in hand because we are not keeping the check in our hand. So what we will do is that we will take the bank directly. So first item we got is bank. Then from whom did we receive? It was Sham. So next item will be Sham. Then coming to the next one is and discount allowed to him. We are allowing him discount. So the next item is discount allowed. Okay, this is like a solved plate for you all. It's very simply everything is told here. Most of the time it is not told in this way. Okay, so check was deposited on the same day. Now discount allowed, why it is solved? Because of the reason. See, the discount amount is also told. How much is the discount amount? 140 rupees. What was Sam's account? We will find it out. Before that, let's see how much did we make the payment. We made a so how much do we receive the payment? We received a payment of 3,860 rupees. So total was, what was the total? 3,860 rupees I received as money, and I have allowed him discount of 140 rupees. So total, how much it is coming? The total will be 3,840 plus 140 rupees. That means it is ultimately how much it is coming? Rupees 4,000, right? This is the amount of money that we are going to take in the name of Sham. So now we know that we are taking check, right? Check will be a real account. Okay, if you do in the name of personal account, then also it will be correct, right? So check real account, we are receiving it, right? We are receiving a check from Sham. So check comes in. What will happen? Comes in debit. Okay, it is coming to us. Then again, coming to us means directly we are depositing in the bank, so that is related to us only. Okay, it is coming to, the money is coming to us, so it real account comes in debit. Then Sham is a personal account, isn't it? Sham is the name of person, so personal account. Now what is the rule for personal account? Personal account, debit receiver, credit giver. So Sham is a receiver or giver here? Exactly, Ram is a Sham is a giver here, so he will be, giver will be credited. Yeah, right. Then comes next, discount allowed. Discount allowed, we know it's a nominal account, and as well as discount received means it is a gain for us. Now we know debit losses and expenses, credit gains and income, so it is also our gain, because since it is a since the discount we are receiving, so it's a gain for us, it will be credit. Clear? Now what will happen with journal entry, right? First the bank account debit, how much? 3,860, 3,860 rupees. Then comes discount allowed. So discount allowed account, discount allowed account will be debited. How much discount allowed account will be debited? 140 rupees. Then that will be credited in which account? I'm just showing you in the next page. Whether I will just decrease the space here so that we can just accumulate in one page. Yeah. Then coming to the next one, what will be in the credit side? To Sham, right? SHYAM, Sham will be how much? Exactly, it will be 4,000, right? Coming to the narration, being cash, being check received and discount allowed. Okay, being check received and discount allowed. Okay, now you can refer this particular transaction. Just try to understand. I'm just highlighting it because here you might be having difficulty in understanding, so I'm just highlighting it. So you can see that Sham, how much he paid? 4,000. How much was the settlement amount? 4,000. You can just see the first transaction, you will understand the concept how it is coming. See, Sham was having how much amount due? 12,000. So out of the 12,000, okay, out of this 12,000, this particular amount, okay, this 12,000, out of this 12,000, Sham is paying us how much? 4,000, and at a discount of 140. Okay, this is how it is relating to the previous transaction. Clear? I'll just highlight the transaction so that you can understand that. It will be difficult again for, okay, fine, let it be like this. This also I'll just remove the highlight. You can easily understand, I guess. So coming to the next transaction now. Is clear? Now coming to the next transaction, what is there? Cash paid to Anil after deducting 2% cash discount. Let's find out. Anil, since Anil name is there and amount is not mentioned, so definitely it will have some relation with the previous transactions. So let's find it out. So immediately we'll go ahead with the old transaction. First transaction is the opening transaction. We can see that Anil was supposed to get how much? 4,000 from us, right? So you can see once again, Anil was credit 4,000 creditor, isn't it? So creditor means the one to whom we are supposed to pay. So how much we are supposed to pay to him? We are supposed to pay him 4,000, isn't it? And how much are we paying him? We are paying the full amount at 2% deduction. Okay, just be very sure. Okay, just see that it is Anil 4,000. Okay, I'm repeating once again because of the reason that you have to be very sure about how much is the amount due, because there will be full settlement. So you need to be very much clear with that. So Anil was 4,000. Again I'm repeating, that is why. So remember that. So now let's come to the transaction. Cash paid to Anil. So first of all, you find out the items. What are the items? First one is the cash paid to Anil. So it is cash account. then paid to Anil, so next will be Anil. Okay, then again cash discount is there, right? I'm paying, so it will be discount received. Discount received. Clear? So once these transactions are set, what you will do is that you find out the account one by one. Now cash is a real account, and we know the real account rule. Real account says that debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Credit what goes out. So I'm paying, so it is goes out. So goes out will be credit. Okay. Now coming to next, Anil. Anil is a personal account. Debit receiver, credit giver. Okay, so he is a receiver here because I am paying to him. So he is a receiver. Receiver will be debit. Clear? I'll just write debit, right? Okay. Then comes next one, discount received. Now discount received is a nominal account, and a nominal account rule it says that debit losses and expenses, credit gains and income. So if I'm receiving, that means I'm gaining, right? Gain. So gainer will be credit. Is it clear? Gain will be credit. Now let's find out the amount. We know the Anil's amount. Let's find out Anil's amount first. It was 4,000 as we have already seen. Okay, then find out the discount, because after deducting discount automatically you can know how much we are supposed to receive. Sorry, how much we are supposed to pay. So we are receiving discount of how much? 2%. So that means how much we are going to get the discount? 4,000 into 2%, isn't it? So 4,000, 2% is how much? It is 80 rupees. Okay, it will be 80 rupees. Then coming to the cash. Cash, how much we are going to receive? Cash we are going to receive as rupees. Just a minute, okay? Yeah. So how much we are going to receive cash? Rupees 4,000 minus 80. That means total of how much are we going to receive? 3,920 rupees. Okay, 3,920 rupees. Just a minute, I compromise here. Yeah. So this is how we are going to show it. Now just show it in the journal entries. First write down the debit item first. That is Anil. Anil will be debit. Then what is in the credit? To cash. Cash account how much? Let's write down Anil's amount also. It is 4,000. Cash it is 3,920. Then to discount received how much? Discount received account will be 80 rupees, right? So what will be the narration? Being cash paid to Anil, cash paid and discount received, directly you can write down, okay? Being cash paid and discount received, right? Done. Okay, this is how your transaction will appear. Now next one is sold old furniture. Okay, it is for, I guess it is for 800, right? So sold old furniture for rupees 800. So what is happening here? Let the furniture be old or new, we are selling it, right? So first thing what we are getting is the furniture, and the next thing is cash, because we are selling it at cash. We will not take sales account, remember that. Okay, it's not a goods for us here. So it was our asset, we are selling it because it has become outdated, right? So what it was, furniture account and cash account. So furniture, we know it is a real account, and cash is also a real account. So let's find out the rule one by one. So furniture we know the rule. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So I'm selling the furniture, it is going out, so goes out will be credit, right? And again, cash is a real account. Debit comes in, credit goes out. So if I am selling the furniture, money will come in, so cash comes in, debit, right? So cash account will be debited and furniture account will be credited. So what will be the journal entry? It will be furniture account cash account debit, cash account debit, how much? 800 rupees, right? To furniture account. $800. Okay, cash account debit to furniture account 800. How much? 800, right? So what will be the narration? Being old furniture sold. Being old furniture sold. Always use the word being. Okay, it is not mentioned in your book, but still you use it because it is the most authentic way of showing a narration. Okay, most of the book they show it and it's the way of showing the narration. Okay, then sold goods to Shiv Prasad of the list price 10,000 at 10% trade discount. This will be a homework. Then goods return. Okay, this remaining questions you are going to do it on your own. Okay, except 20 I am going to show it. Rest of the things you will do on your own. It will be a homework. Okay, what is given here? Paid for furniture repair to Bahadur. Okay, whenever there will be any repairs being done, whenever repair is being done, what you will do is that what account will you take? We will take repairs and renewal account. Repairs and renewal account. Okay, so paid for furniture repair. Remember that furniture repair. जब मशीन, जब फर्नीचर या कोई भी एसेट खरीदते वक्त अगर रिपेयर होता है तो वो कैपिटल एक्सपेंसेस पकड़ेंगे और मशीन के वैल्यू के साथ या फर्नीचर के वैल्यू के साथ या उस एसेट के वैल्यू के साथ ऐड कर देंगे. ओके, if it is paid at the time of buying, if the repair is done at the time of buying, or later on if it is done at a major repair is there, okay, at a higher cost, a major repair is there, then you are going to add to the value of asset and we will take the asset account. Other than that, if it is small repair or small construction, little just coloring or all like this of small activities are there, then you will not take the asset account, whether you will take it as repair and renewal account. Okay, you will take it repairs and renewal. Okay, repairs and renewal account. Clear? So one is the repair and renewal account and the other one is cash account. Because what we are doing for the repairs and renewal, we are paying the cash. So once again I'm just repeating it. Paid for furniture repair to Bahadur Singh. Bahadur Singh also we will not take. Okay, why we will not take? Because of the reason that whenever you are paying any amount of money to any labor for labor charges, okay, we are not going to write the name of the labor. Payment करते वक्त labor का नाम लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. Okay, why? Because their account is not mandatory for us. Name कब लिखना है, नाम कब लिखना है? अगर credit purchase, credit sale होता है तब. Okay, otherwise no need to write. और अगर पैसा बाकी है लेबर का तो आउटस्टैंडिंग वेजेस लिखोगे, नाम लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. Okay, so then how much it is coming? Repairs and renewal is one account and the other one is cash account. So repairs and renewal is a nominal account because ऐसा काम होता रहता है. हाँ, छोटा मोटा काम जो होता है ऐसा रिपेयर करना वो होता रहता है. So repair and renewal is a nominal account. Now nominal account का rule क्या बोलता है? Debit losses and expenses, credit gains and income. Debit loss होता है और एक्सपेंस होता है. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? मेरा रिपेयर हो रहा है मतलब एक्सपेंस हो रहा है ना, एक्सपेंसेस हो रहा है. एक्सपेंसेस और लॉसेस का डिफरेंस पता है ना? लॉसेस मतलब जो जिसके लिए मुझे कुछ नहीं मिला, डूब गया पैसा, और एक्सपेंसेस मतलब जिसके बदले में मुझे कुछ मिल रहा है. तो यहाँ पे रिपेयर तो हो रहा है ना, सो एक्सपेंसेस, एक्सपेंसेस क्या होगा? डेबिट. क्लियर? फिर आ गया कैश. कैश इज अ रियल अकाउंट. सो रियल अकाउंट का रूल क्या होता है? डेबिट व्हाट कम्स इन, क्रेडिट व्हाट गोज आउट. तो मैंने रिपेयर करवाया तो पैसा जाएगा, गोज आउट क्रेडिट, राइट? इसका मतलब जनरल एंट्री क्या होगा? रिपेयर्स एंड रिन्यूअल अकाउंट डेबिट टू कैश अकाउंट, है ना? रिपेयर्स एंड रिन्यूअल्स अकाउंट डेबिट, रिपेयर्स एंड रिन्यूअल अकाउंट डेबिट, कितना डेबिट होगा? रिपेयर्स एंड रिन्यूअल 100 रुपीज, राइट, टू कैश अकाउंट। ओके, कैश अकाउंट क्या होगा? नरेशन बीइंग फर्नीचर रिपेयर्ड। ओके, बीइंग फर्नीचर रिपेयर्ड। बहादुर सिंह का नाम इसलिए नहीं पकड़ेंगे क्योंकि वो लेबर का एक्सपेंसेस हो गया, हाँ, कारपेंटर एक्सपेंसेस, सो उसके लिए हम लोग नहीं पकड़ेंगे उसका नाम, और लिखने की भी जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज ऑफ द रीजन दैट वी आर मेकिंग द पेमेंट टू हिम। उसको हम लोग पेमेंट करके खत्म कर दिए, बात वहीं खत्म हो गया। ओके, सो उसको अलग से कोई और नाम लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है। लेबर लोगों का एक्सपेंसेस अगर होता है तो कभी भी नाम लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है। ओके, कारपेंटर एक्सपेंसेस, कलर करने का एक्सपेंसेस, ये सब लिखने की जरूरत नहीं होता है। ओके, and moreover the payment is already made, so नाम लिखने की कोई जरूरत आ ही नहीं रहा है यहाँ पे। fine, so up to here you will copy from here, and rest of the things you are going to solve it because it is very much same, like 25 I'll not say, but 28 I'll just say it is bank charges, bank charge rupees 50 for bank charges, है ना? तो क्या क्या आइटम मिला? एक हो गया बैंक चार्जेस, और दूसरा बैंक ने पैसा काटा ना, सो पैसा बैंक से चला गया, सो एक मिला बैंक अकाउंट। ठीक है, बैंक ने काट लिया ना, बैंक अकाउंट से काटता है वो, तो एक हो गया बैंक चार्जेस, दूसरा हो गया बैंक अकाउंट। तो हमारे तो बैंक चार्जेस हो गया नॉमिनल अकाउंट, बैंक चार्जेस हो रहा है मतलब एक्सपेंसेस हो रहा है, सो डेबिट हो जाएगा, बैंक चार्जेस डेबिट हो जाएगा। और बैंक पर्सनल अकाउंट है, ठीक है, मेरा बैंक काट रहा है, मतलब क्या, मेरे ही बैंक अकाउंट से पैसा बैंक ले रहा है, तो मेरे अकाउंट से चला जा रहा है। ओके, माई बैंक अकाउंट इज अ गिवर हियर, सो पैसा जा रहा है 50 रुपीज, सो गिवर क्रेडिट होगा। दैट मीन्स बैंक चार्जेस अकाउंट डेबिट टू बैंक अकाउंट होगा। सेम कमीशन वैसे ही नॉमिनल अकाउंट पकड़ के ट्रीट करना, अगर प्रॉब्लम हो तो कॉल करना। Okay, this is how your transaction stands. So here we'll end today's class. All of you take care, and make sure that you give a comment or reply, that will be taken as your attendance also. Okay, make sure that you do that. Okay, and go through it very nicely and make a note of all these things in your copy. Okay, one of the two odd classes we'll have, and other than that we'll go to ledger in the upcoming classes. Okay, one or two odd classes we'll have for the journal entries. Okay, if you have any more confusion in any of the transaction, you call and ask. There are many transactions, but plenty of transaction I have also solved, and some I have given as homework also. Rest of the things you try and do it. Okay, and if you have any difficulty, any problem, you are free to call me and ask me. Fine, take care, bye bye.